So good evening children, welcome to Wizer Academy. My name is Avinandan sir and we will be studying today class 9th chapter 2, which is matter around us pure? Is matter around us pure? In the previous chapter we have discussed about the different properties of matter. So today we are going to discuss about what are the substances, whether they are pure or not. So matter is, matter are always in solid state, liquid state or gaseous state. But today we are going to discuss about the different properties of matter, whether they are pure substances or impure substances. Pure substances are those who are made up of only one type of particles. They are known as pure substances. Made up of only one type of particles. Okay. What are the impure substances? Impure substances are made up of more than one type of particles. Okay, I hope that is clear for everyone. So let us now consider about the different types of mixture. Now the pure substances are of two types. First is elements and second one are compounds. These are the types of pure substances, and impure substances are known as mixtures, in which the different elements and compounds are physically combined together and they form the mixtures. Okay. Now elements are different elements like hydrogen, oxygen. These are the simple elements like sodium, and compounds are, example you can write down as sodium chloride or any compound like carbon dioxide. These are known as water. These are known as pure substances, pure water. Okay, but the mineral water which we are consuming, it is not pure. It contains different minerals added to it. So they are known as, they are not pure water, that is mineral water, and it is a example of mixture like tap water or mineral water. They are known as the mixture. Now let us consider the different types of mixture. What are the different types of mixture? First is solution. What do you mean by solution? Solution is a homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture means the particles are evenly distributed. For example, salt plus water or sugar plus water, they are evenly distributed. Okay. Lemonade or soda water, these are all different types of solution. Next, write down the properties of solution. What are the different properties of solution? Properties of solution. first property is a solution is a homogeneous mixture. It is a homogeneous mixture. Okay. Second property, write down, the particles of the solution are smaller than 1 nanometer in diameter, so they cannot be seen by naked eyes. So the particles size is less than 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer means 10 to the power minus 9 meter, okay, in diameter, and they are not visible by naked eyes. Okay. Next, let us write down the third property. The third property is they do not scatter the beam of light passing through the solution. If a light is passed through the solution, they are not scattering the beam of light. The light is straight. Okay. So the path, they do not scatter the path of light passing through the solution. And fourth property is they cannot be separated, by filtration. फिल्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस से इसको सेपरेट नहीं किया जा सकता. दे कैन नॉट बी सेपरेटेड बाय filtration. Okay. Next, let's go on to the topic is concentration of a solution. What do you mean by concentration of a solution? It's a very important topic. What is concentration of a solution? Write down the definition. It is amount of solute by amount of solution. It is measured by two methods. First is mass by mass percentage of a solution, that is mass of solute by mass of solution into 100. Then we will know the concentration of a solution. Okay. Otherwise, mass by volume also we can do. Mass of solute by volume of solution into 100. In this way we can find out the concentration of a solution. Okay. These are all about the solution. Let us move on to the next type of mixture, which is known as suspension. What exactly is suspension? We can write down as suspension are heterogeneous heterogeneous mixture where the particles settle down when the mixture is left alone. Most of the suspension we can see that either it is chalk plus water. These are the examples of suspension. What happens? The particles, they will settle down. Okay, they do not dissolve but remain suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. Particles of a suspension are visible to the naked eye. So, let us write down the properties. Of a suspension. Let us write down the properties of a suspension. First property, suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. That we have already told. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Second property, the particles of a suspension can be seen by the naked eye. The particles can be seen by naked eye, means the particle size is larger. Third property, the particles scatter the beam of light. Scatter the beam of light passing through the mixture. Okay, that means the path is visible. The path of light is visible. Next property is the particles settle down when a suspension is left undisturbed. Due to the heaviness of the particle, they all settle down. They can be separated by filtration. Till now we have understood about the two types of mixtures. The first one is solution, where it is a homogeneous solution and there the particles are very smaller and they are completely dissolved in a solvent. And the second we have discussed is suspension, in which the particles are very much heavier and they scatter the beam of light, and the particles they settle down when the mixture is left undisturbed. Third, let us discuss about a different type of mixture which is known as colloidal solution. These are the intermediate between solution and suspension. They are known as colloid. We can say that the heterogeneous mixture where the particles are uniformly spread throughout the solution. It is an example of heterogeneous mixture. It is not homogeneous. It appears to be homogeneous, but it is not homogeneous. It is actually heterogeneous. Example you can write down: milk, ink. These are all examples of heterogeneous mixture. Because of the smaller size of colloidal particles, we cannot see them with naked eye. The particles inside the milk or ink, we cannot see them in naked eye. These particles can easily scatter a beam of light, and that effect is known as Tyndall effect. What is Tyndall effect? The phenomenon of scattering the light passing through a colloid. Next, write down the properties of colloid. First property, a colloid is a heterogeneous mixture. Second property, the size of the particles of colloid is too small to be individually seen by naked eye. It is too small. Hence not visible by naked eye. Third property, the particles are big enough, to scatter the light passing through them. And the fourth property is they do not settle down when left undisturbed. So this is the type of mixture which is a intermediate between solution and suspension. The particles are suspended, the particles are uniformly distributed throughout the solution, but it is a heterogeneous mixture. It is not a homogeneous mixture. There are different types of colloidal solution which I will be discussing, and the last part is they cannot be separated by filtration. there is a different process of separation that is known as centrifugation. तो यहाँ पर आप लिख सकते हैं they can be separated by centrifugation. Next topic we will be discussing about separating the components of a mixture. How can we separate the components of different mixture? There are many processes by which we can separate the different types of mixture. If it is a homogeneous solution, it is a little difficult to separate because the particles are very much mixed together, and if it is a heterogeneous mixture, there are different processes by which they can be separated. So, first method by which a particle can be separated is evaporation. How can we separate the different method? By the method of evaporation. The particles which are volatile in nature, they can be separated by the use of evaporation. For example, if we take water plus salt, the water gets evaporated and hence can be separated from salt. This is the process by which the salt is extracted from the sea water. There are different physical methods also in which heterogeneous mixture can be separated. It's like hand picking or sieving or filtration. These are the different methods, physical methods by which we separate the components of heterogeneous mixtures in our day-to-day life. So let us see by activity how can we do it. Okay, let us take different examples to understand. First is, how can we separate cream from milk? Cream from milk. It is done by centrifugation. We must have seen a different an apparatus in our day-to-day life where it is churned, the milk is churned and the cream comes out from the milk. So that is an example of centrifugation, in which there is a motion of liquid by which the cream comes out and it can be separated. Next is, how can we separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids? Immiscible liquids. It can be separated by the help of separation funnel. Separation funnel. There is a funnel you can see it. It it is a separating funnel where the liquids, they are not miscible with each other. Suppose this is oil and this is water. So the water can be extracted first and then the funnel can be stopped. So it can be separated by the use of separating funnel. What are the different uses? What are the applications? Uses of separating funnel. What are the different uses of separating funnel? It is used to separate mixture of oil and water, and it is used for extracting iron from its ore, as they are also the molten, in the molten state the mixture is immiscible, and for that it can be used depending upon their density. If the density is less, it will be floating, and if the density is more, it will be downside. Next, let us discuss about sublimation. Sublimation is a method by which the materials which directly change its state from solid state to gaseous state, they can be separated. For example, mixture of salt and ammonium chloride. Salt and ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride is a sublimating substance. So if we heat the solution, suppose this is a china dish in which we have mixture, and if we have a completely cover up, so we heat it, in the Bunsen burner, if we heat it in a tripod stand, if we heat it, then we can see that the ammonium chloride, they will be deposited on the outer side of the funnel. So it is ammonium chloride. And it is a mixture. So the salt will remain here and the ammonium chloride will be sublimating and sticking to the wall of the funnel. Next is, how can we separate two miscible liquids? How can we separate two miscible liquids? It is done by the process of distillation. Let us write down what exactly is distillation. It is a separation method by which the mixture is heated at different boiling points and the vapors are collected separately of the two miscible liquids. What exactly happens is distillation में जो मिक्सचर होता है उसको एक पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर में हीट किया जाता है, एंड डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द बॉइलिंग टेम्परेचर ऑफ वन लिक्विड, what will happen, that liquid will change its state to vapor, and that vapor is again collected and it is separated. So the two miscible liquids can be easily separated by the help of distillation. That method is called distillation, without decomposition, and have sufficient difference in their boiling point. If they have sufficient difference in the boiling point, they can be separated. So in the next class we will be discussing about how can we obtain pure copper sulfate from the impure copper sulfate. Okay, till then please stay tuned for the next class. This is Avinandan sir saying goodbye, good night, and thank you.